What's up, guys? Welcome back to Cigars and Coffee. No, I'm not in a cigar lounge. I'm not in a steam shower. It's not even a foggy day out. I am in the middle of this ridiculous wildfire smoke. I don't know how easy it is to pick up on camera, but it is thick out here and it smells terrible and it's hard to breathe. And it's just crazy how, sorry, the bugs are getting at me. It's crazy how bad this is. Unfortunately, it's been like this the last few years now, which it never used to be. But this has definitely been the worst. And usually, 1 to 2 days will start going away. We're on our third or fourth day now, and it's pretty bad. And I don't know how good it's gonna come up on camera, but I mean, that's what we're looking at here. Just pure thickness. That's the sky. I mean, it's just nothing. There's no color, there's no nothing. It's pretty bad. It's very eerie too. And a lot of the time it's been more of an orange glow as well. So it's super eerie and dystopian, but right now it's just kind of, it's like the sun's going down. It's just super foggy, obviously with smoke. Super hard to breathe. It's crazy out here. And it smells so bad. And it's even getting into like my house and other buildings. Like I was in Walmart earlier and there was a smoky haze inside the Walmart. So it's bad. And I think they said it's like, if you work out here for 4 hours, it's like smoking, like 2 packs of cigarettes in a row. It's insane. So on that note, I think we're gonna go finish this video back inside because it sucks being outside right now. Okay, so we had to come back in the house because it was getting, like I said, it's pretty bad out there. Just being out there for a few minutes, it is not fun. So I just wanted to give you a sneak peek, I guess, and show you what's actually going on where these fires are at. It's ridiculous. Whoever needs to be held accountable needs to be held accountable, I think. If it's Canada, if it's, I'm not exactly sure on how the fire started. From what I've seen, there has been some mismanagement by the Canada's Forest Service. Don't quote me on that, but it's definitely ridiculous. And now all us Americans are suffering because of it. And I'm up here in northern Michigan and it's been really bad for the past few days. I mean, like I said previously, hard to breathe. It's even seeping into the house. It's getting like on your clothes almost. And there's obviously no sunshine. So it's super dystopian and eerie and it just sucks. Hopefully it goes away soon. It's at least going to be going on tomorrow and probably throughout the weekend. Who knows? We'll see what the weather stream does. But it's not fun if you're living right now in Minnesota, Wisconsin, Michigan, especially those three. That I seen it's even seeping down into Pennsylvania and some other states around the area. So it's affecting millions of Americans in a big part of the country. And it's a really bad smell. It's not like a bonfire smell that actually smells good. It smells like chemicals. It smells almost like plastic burning. And I know I've seen online, there's some conspiracies about that on how it's, what's actually going on. What is this? What are they putting in the air? Whatever. Now it could just be from the chemicals and the retardant they're putting down on the fires to stop them from trying to burn and spread. So that could be a strong possibility of why the smell is so bad and it's not just burning woods. But, there could be something else going on. And no matter what the case, it's not good. Because it reeks and it's not good for you. and our air index quality is like above 500. It's really bad. Like I think anything above 2 is like dangerous for anybody. So if you have any sort of COPD or asthma or breathing problems, you're really kind of screwed out here right now. So stay safe out there. But what I really wanted to talk about is how quickly things can change and how screwed we really are. So, you know, a lot of people always say, and there's this narrative of SHIT hits the fan, I'll go out into the middle of the woods and survive off the land and just, you know, not be involved in any of that, or, you know, FEMA camps for what have you, or some sort of crazy lockdown, or any sort of, you know, apocalyptic dystopian scenario that everybody always talks about. A lot of us are always like, oh, we'll just go out, you know, into the woods and into the middle of nowhere where nobody can find us and mess with us. But when an event happens like this, it's really puts it into perspective on how they can pretty much screw you from any which way possible. And what am I talking about that? So there's these wildfires right now. The amount of smoke out here, you couldn't survive for very long, at least, if we were in a scenario where, you know, grids are down and you're really having to survive on your own. You're not going to be able to survive in this, let alone try to grow plants and crops and whatever. And also, if your plan is to hunt and live off the land like that, this is going to affect a lot of the animals, especially if we are in a state to where this is staying like this pretty constantly. I mean, a lot of the animals will probably start dropping dead, honestly, because they're not going to be able to breathe and they have no sort of air filtration or anywhere that they can escape to help themselves. And if you want to, you know, really get into the conspiracy of it and whatnot, of what's really in the air right now, why does America have such thick smoke right now when these fires are burning all the way up in northern Canada? Like, you're telling me it's this thick and this hard to breathe down all the way here? That is, you know, that is pretty suspicious. I'll give them that. So the point is if there is something nefarious going on, or even if they have the technology to make something that's very dangerous to us because they want to flush us all out or whatnot, this is proof that they can do that. And this is also proof that no matter where you are and how far you plan on getting, you can't outrun the weather. You can't outrun clouds and whatever the hell this stuff is right now. It's literally everywhere. And in fact, the more rural and middle of nowhere you go, the worse it is. So my point I'm trying to make here is it really makes you think, if they want to try to, whatever the apocalyptic movie you might be thinking of, you know, if they want to try to kill you all, if they want to try to round us up, if they want to try to, you know, just make us live off their system in a 15-minute city, who knows? And you're not wanting to conform to that and you're trying to run away, if they really want to get us, unfortunately, it seems like they can get us any which way from Sunday, to quote Chuck Schumer. You know, and if you don't have some sort of crazy air purification system in your house, because, you know, outside you're really screwed. So if you don't have something really good in your house, which most people don't, because it's especially a sustained event like this, you'd have to have almost an industrial grade air purifier. You're not going to be lasting too long. And if you are, you're not going to be living that long, because your lungs are going to look like a coal miner if you survive, you know, a couple of years breathing this in all the time. Let alone, you know, this probably is going to taint water supplies. And obviously I talked about food supplies and animals and all that stuff. So I really want this video to kind of spark a debate. So leave a comment, let me know what you think of what this smoke is. Why is it reaching all the way down here? Is there something weird going on? Is it just pure smoke? Because there is a really bad chemical smell to it. And are you screwed either way if this is some sort of weapon or some sort of whatever you want to call it that they could deploy, or even if it's just manipulating, if there is a wildfire and they're somehow manipulating the jet stream into pushing it wherever they want to go, is the prepper in mind guy, is he screwed no matter what if they really want to get you? That's kind of what the thought-provoking video I wanted to make, and to show you what we're living in for those of us in these northern states right now, because it really sucks. And when you're not seeing the sunshine when you should be seeing the sunshine, it's definitely a weird feeling, that eerie dystopian something's not right feeling. So like I said, hopefully we're not going to be living like this too much longer. Hopefully it passes and they can put out the fires or whatever's going on up there, because all the Canadians that are possibly living close by, and all of us Americans, we want to be able to breathe. So make sure to give this video a share, because like I said, I want to make the the cycle and the debates, really want to get people going in the comments. So let me know what you guys think. Drop a comment. I appreciate you watching. I'll catch you in the next one.